Thank you for the warm welcome and good afternoon. I have to admit that I haven't been this nervous for a while, but I haven't been on the stage for a while, so it might be because of that. But I also feel humble, grateful to be here, and excited, as excited a Finnish middle-aged man can be. Forgot to already say that use this opportunity to thank you, our team, especially Elina, and all the rest. I don't know if Elina is even here. Oh, okay. So, I'm Pasi. This is Harri. So we started the Agile Data Engine journey 7 years ago. And I recently found a picture from the early days of ADE. See, does it work? Okay. Not this one. So, this was the team back then, 2016. It was Harri, myself, and Jukka Haapala. Jukka couldn't be here today, but he's on the spirit and possibly making some new development. As you can see, the time has been very good and gentle for us. So it's been an interesting 7 years. Not always an easy ride, but worth all the challenges so far. And most exciting times are hopefully and probably ahead of us. A little bit not really working this clicker. So, just briefly about the history. We started developing ADE, or ADE, or Agile Data Engine, so using all the different terms. When the public cloud had become a kind of real option for implementing data platforms. Data technology space was undergoing big change. And there were many voices saying that data warehousing is obsolete, dead, once again. But again, with Harri, we called bullshit, and we didn't see that happening anytime soon. But fortunately, at the same time, approximately certain new other cloud-native technologies came to the market and proved that data warehousing is still a very relevant option. SQL is still really very relevant technology. So, but we wanted to change how the data warehousing is being done. There wasn't actually many data tools back then that would have worked with the public cloud, so data modeling or ETL tools. Most of the people did something by custom coding. And we actually wanted to bring continuous delivery and DevOps thinking to the data warehousing. And that's what we've been doing for the last years. We got a bigger budget for this summit to mention AI. So, of course, all of you know that this has been a kind of significant year in the data world. So ChatGPT and other Gen AI technologies have really opened our eyes. But AI will be used everywhere and in every way we can imagine. And also ways we cannot yet imagine. What does this mean for us data management professionals? Somebody already said it today actually, but I will repeat it. So, AI is nothing without data, without good quality data. And word quality here is actually a quite big word. It means several different perspectives. And maybe kind of the new thing is that ethics is a new kind of dimension for this as well. So, for example, diversity of the data sets is a very important thing. And data modeling is one of the key disciplines to ensure data quality, as Joe talked about his presentation. Oops. Come on. So, I claim that the ability to manage data will define the success of companies in the future. So it's you, it's all of us who are doing data management. We will define the success of the companies. Sounds quite megalomaniac, and I like it. So I think I finally found a way to reason for myself that I'm important. Anyway, what's absolutely certain is that we will not be out of jobs in the near future. So, question is, how in the heck we're going to deal with all this demand, with the situation that everybody wants us, data professionals. And there aren't and will not be enough skilled data management professionals for every company and every organization in the world. And I think we just need to become even better in what we do. I've been working in the data space or industry like 25 years already. And there are a couple of things that have always frustrated me personally. One thing is that in data engineering, we don't really know or see whether we have done any impact. And so you kind of even start questioning yourself all the time that, does my work have any meaning whatsoever? Who has felt like this even once in their career? Good. I feel you. So if you paint a house, for example, you can see that how you are progressing and what you have really accomplished. So you see the business value, what you are adding with your own eyes. But we don't have good visibility to what we do. And it's, for example, very difficult to know that have we improved, have we become any better in our work. So it's quite interesting actually that where's the data about our work. And it seems that we are not really data-driven in our work. So the famous shoemakers, children go barefoot, fits here. Here's our universe. So you take source data, business requirements, and of course money insert them into the black box, and then some data engineering magic happens. And you get happy users, even more money, because why else we would do these things? But do we really know, are these users happy? Are they even using our solutions what we have been building for them? Do we understand actually what happens in the black box? Do we know how to improve our work? Of course, nowadays we get all sorts of operational data about the usage of the cloud technology services. But otherwise, I would say that we are running quite blind still. Other frustration personally has been that when we face a bigger problem with our data system, the typical answer is that let's just buy this new technology and build everything from scratch again. I have seen this happening many times during my career. And the typical life cycle of a data warehouse has been very short, just a few years maybe. And if you compare it to the money what you have invested in it, it's kind of wasting money, and we are reinventing the wheel time and again. So why it's so difficult to build on what we have already done, reuse the hard work, what we've been doing, and why we are wasting so much time and money? Well, of course, technology is something we feel we can control. So it's in our power, at least most of the time. And it's kind of easy to get a feeling of accomplishment if you're solving a technical issue or build a new machine that says Bing. So kind of we feel good for ourselves. We got something done. But technology is not the bottleneck, has not been for many years anymore. The bottleneck is us and how we are using the technology. I think we should start being more systematic towards our work and focus on improving the productivity and life cycle of the platform, of the data platform we are building. So how we could change this focus? of course, everybody has heard this phrase, the cliché in the business world, you get what you measure. And measurement can be a powerful tool. So nowadays, when you are preparing, for example, for a marathon, you are start tracking your steps or following your heart rate, and so on. And without measuring, how do you know that are you making any progress, or do you need to adjust your practices? I personally like this saying a bit more. It's difficult to improve what you don't know. So fact is that we are still mostly running blindfold in the data engineering space, and maybe it would be time to start changing that. So do you, for example, know that where you stand, what's your performance, or where are your problems with the data warehouse? Here's one possible example how you could start looking at your performance. There are some key performance indicators from a real case, actually. So about the development and operations of a data warehouse. There's, for example, a metric about deployment frequency, so how often you deploy changes to production. Matti was asking from the fireside speakers about this. And then there's average lead time for changes, so how long it does take from the first commit to the production deployment. And for example, load failure rate, 0.06%. I think that's quite good. At least when I think about the history where I have been living, that you kind of get awake during the night and start doing something with the loads. Then there are metrics, for example, about how quickly you can restore the service. So if the loads are failing or if your deployments are failing. These are just example figures and a kind of tip of the iceberg what we could start using. Why these KPIs, by the way? They are coming from DORA, which stands for DevOps Research and Assessment. Who has heard about this? Raise your hands. Good, at least some of you. So it's a research program that started about 10 years ago to research software delivery and operations performance and related capabilities. Originally founded by Jess Humble, Nicole Forsgren and Gene Kim. It's nowadays part of Google, actually. There's also a book about this research, Accelerate. I definitely recommend reading that if you are interested about these subjects. Probably some of you have been reading the State of DevOps reports, the yearly reports what have been coming from this. So we have been taking inspiration from this DORA research recently, and we've been talking about this and want to continue talking about this with you as well in the future. Especially we were taking inspiration from the key performance metrics, or the kind of the four so-called DORA metrics. So deployment frequency, lead time for changes, time to restore service, and change fail rate. So it was found in a DORA program that these four metrics were found to kind of predict successful business outcomes from software development. If a software team performs well in these four metrics, there's a strong correlation that it will lead to successful business outcomes. And we took these DevOps metrics to our context. We also added a couple of data warehousing related metrics and started kind of investigating those possibilities. Each metric has 4 performance levels, so you can track your performance based on these levels and the kind of corresponding values. If I look at these, I think we should just directly focus on the elite level. Who of you actually can deploy multiple times per day to your data platform, to production? Some of you. Good. So what? Who cares about these metrics? At least business does not care about these kind of metrics. They don't care that what's our deployment frequency. They only care that they have the data, what they need, when they need it. And they care about that have we kept our promise when we're going to deliver the data solutions. But as said, in software development, DORA research has proven that these KPIs have a strong correlation for being able to fulfill business expectations better. We believe that it's the same for data as well. And we have seen it from our customers. Okay, you can ask also that I don't have time for this kind of metric stuff. It doesn't really add possibly any value. It's true that it can be difficult to get these kind of data points out of your data warehousing work. But if you're using ADE, it's not that difficult actually. And one thing still before I will hand over to Harri, data product or data as a product. It's a term that has been getting traction lately, even some little bit of hype. It does not mean that you should start selling your data. It could mean that as well. But the main idea is that you should start thinking your data as a product. And what does that mean? As always with these kind of terms, there are different schools of thought in how to define what the data product, for example, is. Some people understand and define data product very narrowly, with a kind of very fixed mindset. They think that data product must be defined on how you implement it technically, and say that it's not a data product if you don't follow certain detailed rules in the technical implementation. Well, same people could say also that there cannot be data products if you have a data warehouse. So it's not kind of fit for that. This is one possible approach. It's possible that you think this way. I don't personally like that kind of a definition. I would define it a bit differently. Most important thing is to start thinking your data users as customers. Data product should solve a real business problem. It should be discoverable. It should be understandable. Possibly need some sort of a catalog. It should be also continuously managed and improved. So requirements are changing as the world is changing all the time. And data products should not be static. So it's very important that they are adaptable. That's also something that it's a big thing that how you actually design those data products. It has a big impact on how easily they are maintainable. So if you are able to, in practice, follow these principles, these simple principles, I'm certain that it will pay off in many cases. And actually, I think that data product thinking holds a big promise for the data teams. If you start thinking about data as a product, it will turn the focus on right things, away from the technology, away from just building data pipelines, and away from doing things with a short-term mindset. And it could actually be a kind of missing link or bridge between the business and the data team. So if you have a data about the usage, even possibly something about the impact the data is causing, and about our work, we can tie them together. It could actually make our accomplishment more visible, kind of solve that one frustration, I hope. And we can also communicate our accomplishment to others, especially regarding that if you need to kind of ask for more budgets, how to kind of reason for the budget holders that what we are doing actually good work. And it would enable us to become more data-driven in our work. And you could take actually these DORA metrics and follow your performance on a data product level as well. Here's an example of a very simple data product. It's just one dimension table. And here's the logistics for that. And these metrics are a summary of that how this whole logistics works. You could even start doing service level agreements with your customers. They might appreciate it. But yeah, so why not make the data work for us for a change, not just the other way around? Okay, and now it's time to hand over to my colleague Harri. He will continue about this team maybe, and also what's happening in the AD next year.
Yes. Go. Yes, thanks, Pasi. I will come back to those KPIs and data product stuff, but first something about this year. So 23, it has been multiple of improvements that we have delivered, multiple of new features we have delivered, but also lots of behind the scenes technical stuff that our team has been working on. And specifically nice to see that multiple of new SaaS customers we have gained, and some have been new customers for us, and some of you have been migrating from this old private edition to SaaS. Does it work? Yeah. So we did a great improvement to the user experience with the new deployment management. I should probably go here. And we received lots of good feedback from you for the user experience. So very glad to hear always the feedback from you. For SaaS editions, we introduced scalable runtime sizing from small to XXX large. And also we published the new metadata endpoint in external API for you to acquire metadata from ADE and to integrate it to your customer processes and data catalog tools. Also from here, although it is in public preview, we have heard that it has worked nicely for you, and we haven't received too much of complaints, etc. So good stuff. And what we gained this year is that in our community we have 230 members already. So please join the community if you are not yet a member. It will be a blast to have the feedback there, but also the peer support from other ADE users. But then let's move towards 2024. So our product program for 2024 has few highlight areas to mention here. Other regions, AI ML, multi-tenancy, and something to be announced. So we have this new concept of other regions. Current other regions are EU and UK version 1, but UK version 1 relies partly on the EU. So we are developing the support for full UK and full US-based ADE regions, so that in the end they will be fully separated regions. And on the AI, so this is the real stuff on AI. So to search the AI-based automation, we have established actually new AI team, and we are already working on the first features of AI-powered data warehouse design. So expect it to come in a month or two for selected customers. You can try to, for example, Karri, it is actually related to one of the feedback you said. So could be an improvement. Let's see, will it be? And we are currently shortlisting the rest of the backlog for that year. So we have lots of good ideas, crazy ideas. Hopefully they will fly. Then we have been developing a new user management this year behind the scenes. It will bring authentication and authorization for the multi-tenant applications to come in future. And it will be the backbone for role-based permissions in future. So it's not yet seen, but we have been working a lot for that real deal thing. And then some items addressing some of the feedback from you. So we will introduce simple service status page to see overall status of Agile Data Engine services, to see that are they operational or are they under maintenance or in outage. So this has not been visible to you, only that if you there is some failure or the maintenance is on there. But yeah, that's something that we will introduce. Also, we have had a long time on backlog the searchable documentation of the data products. So, and the designer has been the only place to see the information of the solution you have built so far. And now we will also support the production environment with this new feature with read-only access that you have been asking for, because in designer it's just a data engineering tool, and we will introduce this. And we will actually call it data product catalog to check the box. Then you have been requesting for longer storage and better insights of workflows and loads, of commits and deployments. So we will improve this area to bring the visibility over the all environment. So currently the Grafana has been, the dashboards have been environment specific, and you can see only those stuff, but we will improve this visibility. So we are going to bring light into that dark box, and we are proud to launch a new application called Insights. And about those KPIs Pasi was talking about, we have implemented them for you. But it is not only about those KPIs, but we will divide the insights into 4 different categories: DataOps insights for data teams, DataOps management KPIs with benchmark, data product catalog, and just generic system information that we have been missing. So data teams will still be the most important user group for ADE, but with this application we will extend our user groups within your organization to all the stakeholders if they to access the information if it is needed. And this is how it looks like. So with Insights we have gone light mode as we are bringing the visibility to the dark box. And then in more in detail, the service status showed multi-tenant services and the tenant-specific environments you have. With data product catalog, we might not be replacing your data catalog tools, current ones, but introducing way to access the information and the metadata also within Agile Data Engine, which has not been possible earlier for other stakeholders than data engineers. And actually with extra insights that the platform actually holds within. For data teams, we have already few different about the deployments, loads, workflows. And the DataOps management KPIs with trends and benchmarks will help data teams to see where the overall solution is going and how it is performing. And there are, of course, more detailed views on those KPIs and explanations, how they are calculated, etc. So the insights is on different metadata. And we feed practices and SLAs. But also we are going to introduce way to integrate usage and costs metadata to even make it more analysis of the whole overall solution, where the time is going, etc. So this Janne doesn't need to be anymore asking from his team that what are our metrics and where the time goes. This will bring the visibility to the overall data platform, which consists of solution in ADE. So now it is in private preview. Sign up to the waitlist. We will share shortly how you do it. And public preview is estimated to be in Q3, Q2 or Q3. Please, can you continue?
Testing. Yeah, thank you, Harri. Light to the darkness. Insights. It's actually something else also than the application. 1st of December, there will be an ADE Insights OY, so we will have a kind of separate company for the ADE, and we will be part of Solita still, but a separate legal entity. Here's our team. And then it's also beer. And this is public, released already today, so at least you will get something, some new release today. Yeah, and soon you will get to taste it. One last slide. Behind this QR code, the same QR code is actually on a beer can. You can get some more information, and the form you can fill to kind of raise your hand to know more about this new application. Text is, by the way, generated by ChatGPT. Thank you.